I was tagging along Cindy down at Starfar Carnivals the other day when I came across the most wonderful thing ever. Honey milk ice cream. Welcome everyone to SNW Build a Picture Crafting with Jif Jif. These wingless bees collect nectar from the flower. Then they give it to this bee who makes it into honey, the environmentally friendly way. Then they give the honey and some milk they bought to this snowman who is lactose intolerant. All snowmen are. Try it. Pour down some milk down a snowman and see what happens. The results will be creamy. Today, we'll be making a poor man's version of this honey milk ice cream stand. Power 11.
Wow, wow.
Activating the pair of hands. First, we need some watercolor, some foam or paper clay, brown polymer clay, a strip of A4 paper, and a piece of thick paper. Have 2 pieces of foam clay ready for the body and head of the snowman. We're gonna mold the legs first for the snowman. Then add the arms. Gently pinch the limbs out. He's going to be sitting down, so give a little bend on the knees. The head should just be round. For the toilet, we'll start off with the bowl. Tap the lip and the bottom part of the bowl to make it flat. Then create the hole where the ice cream goes. Make a long cylinder piece out of a foam clay. This will be the toilet seat. Tap this against the floor again to make it flat. For the water tank behind, just make a box shape and round out the edges except for the top part. Tap that on the floor again to make it flat. For the water tank lid, just make a flat shape. It should be slightly bigger than the tank itself. For the toilet lid, just make a flat oval shape. Make a small teardrop shape for the flushing thing. We're going to color in some excess overflow of honey. Now we're going to glue all the pieces in. For the water tank, we're going to use a toothpick, since the contact part is quite small and glue would not be strong enough to hold it together. The other part should be just fine with glue alone. We're going to use a toothpick again for the head. The snowman needs a spine. To make the scarf, color 2 stripes of A4 paper in 2 different colors. Of course, color the back side of the A4 paper in a different color too. And cut them into a bunch of little squares. Fold the edges of the squares so you can glue them together. Alternate the colors and make a long chain. Now I'm going to fold the edges of this chain so we can fold it in half and glue it together. Now we have a scarf. I added little fuzzy things on the edges of the scarf because it looks more endearing this way. Have one end of the scarf in front of the snowman, then twist it around as many times as you need to. Then once it reaches the back side, glue it together and it should hold pretty well. I'm using brown polymer clay for the eyes. Just glue them in place. Now we're going to make the poop deck. Using the thick paper, measure out how large it should be. Now we're going to put these strips on the bottom side of the poop deck to make it more stable. For the legs of the poop deck, cut 4 strips of the thick paper. 2 should be a bit thinner than the other 2, so that when you put it together, it makes a nice L shape. I use glue to make these L shapes, but super glue when I put it on the poop deck. It helps out with the stability quite a lot. For the ladder to the poop deck, cut 2 of the main strips, then add all the horizontal strips to it. The thickness here doesn't really matter because it's just a ladder. Now first we're going to color everything in a bit of a off yellow tone. Then we will color it brown. Remember, make it look dirty, it gives it more character. After the paint dries, I'm just going to give it some highlights with some color pencil around the edges. Super glue that ladder to the poop deck, and the poop deck is completed. Now let's glue that toilet onto the poop deck. Now we're going to create a bucket for all the excretions to be gathered under the poop deck. Just get a strip of paper and glue it into a cylinder. I'm going to color this one off yellow. Now to create the ice cream gathered inside the bucket. Ever notice the ice cream shape and the poop shape is quite similar? I did. Now color that honey cream ice cream yellow. With a bit of A4 paper, we're going to make a label for this bucket. Squish that paper around first to make a vintage look. I'm going to write in honey cream and just color it with the color pencil. Give it a few shapes around the edges, add shadows to the lettering, and of course color the edges to give it a weathered look. Let's glue them right on. Now we're going to glue this thing under the poop deck. Line it up nicely with a toilet. For the carton of milk, I've created this blueprint first. Cut out the blueprint and then use the back of your knife to slightly indent the lines inside this blueprint. That way, it'll fold better. Now let's glue this guy into a box. And the top part should fold into a milk carton quite well since I made those indentations earlier. This milk carton is going to be already open. Glue the back part so it stays shut. I use a pincer to hold it together on the top part. I'm going to use a pen to write down milk on this thing and draw a cow. However, I'll use a color pencil to color in the cow. Do this on both sides of the milk carton. I'm going to gently color the creases around the milk carton in orange. It's kind of like giving it a highlight. Here you go, little snowman. For the honey pot, make a cup shape out of foam clay. I use the color pencil to help me out. Then color that thing in a honey color. I'm going to make this guy a label too. Crumble up the paper, write down the letters, and give it a bit of shade. Put some white foam clay in it to make the honey. I'm going to have some of the honey spilling out. Color the honey itself in bright yellow to give it contrast from the pot itself. Using foam clay, make a long, thin cylinder. As that cylinder dries, glue in the milk carton and the honey pot onto the snowman. That thin cylinder will become a straw. I'm going to use super glue to make it into an L shape. Use a knife to give the snowman a mouth, and make 2 holes on the side of the mouth so the straws can go in. I just use glue in this case. I'm going to make these little flags to jazz up the poop deck a little bit. I got these little flags from the leftover parts from the scarf I made earlier. Just glue them on both sides. Let's use a magic bean on this guy this time. Look at all this glorious ice cream. Yes, I know it's snowman doo-doo. But you know what? Honey comes from a bee's behind. Milk comes from a cow's behind. And guess what? Ice cream comes from a snowman's behind. Ain't that right, all snowy? If you like ice cream, subscribe. If you like ice cream from a snowman's behind, leave a like and share.